The breaking news is Wednesday, April the 3rd, 2024. Congress lady Lauren Boebert has been admitted to hospital for emergency surgery. Before I give you any reaction or thoughts, here are the details.
Overnight, Congresswoman Lauren Boebert is recovering after surgery. Her office says she experienced severe swelling in her upper leg.
And doctors found an acute blood clot and diagnosed her with a rare condition that disrupts blood flow. Now, in a statement, Congresswoman Boebert says she is looking forward to making a full recovery and getting back to Congress to continue fighting for Colorado. It's unclear if she'll be back in Washington, though, for votes next week.
Now, she has issued a statement, which you can read to the side of the screen. I think many people, with any news which is negative about Lauren Boebert, would probably be having a reaction which we are not going to have. We're not going to have this reaction because this has nothing to do with what Michelle Obama says. When they go low, we go lower, or high, or whatever it is. Or it's just because we're built on common decency. Common decency is something I talk about an awful lot, and it's something which a lot of people under the Boebert, Marjorie Taylor Greene umbrella seem to be lacking.
I went to get birth control, and I was there at the counter and went to pay for it, and the price was very, very high. I said, wow, is this a 3-6 month prescription? No, ma'am, this is 1 month. And I said, it's cheaper to have a kid. And I left it there, and now I have my third son, Caden Boebert.
Yeah, Lauren Boebert is always the first one to rush to a microphone, say something particularly unarticulate, particularly unintelligent. There are so many examples that...
You know, I'm a fan of Botox, okay? Actually, side note, let's tell a little story here. I may need some more. Yesterday, I was walking on the Capitol Hill complex, and this group of students got really excited. And I hear them, and they go, hey, that's Nancy Pelosi. Another one says, oh my gosh, yeah, it is. That's Nancy Pelosi. I started looking around. It's me. I'm like, oh Lord, I need some Botox. I don't think I've ever been so insulted in my life. On Twitter, a lot of the little Twitter trolls, they like to say, oh, Jesus didn't need an AR-15. How many AR-15s do you think Jesus would have had? Well, he didn't have enough to keep his government from killing him. So...
A lot of people on social media are doing the right thing, which is taking the right step. It can't always be political, even though people like Boebert, Matt Gaetz, Marjorie Taylor would be the first people, I imagine him, former guy himself, probably wouldn't show that much interest if it was a political opponent. But I always remember when, was it Walter Reed? Trump had to go somewhere, and I think it was candidate Biden, who actually, him and Dr. Jill Biden actually expressed their best wishes, because that's the important thing. So don't think, oh, I don't like their politics, they're sick in hospital, F them. No, we wait for them to get better, then we carry on.
They don't want you to say certain things, but that's nothing new. Cancel culture has been around from the very beginning. So don't be intimidated when they want to cancel you. Cain canceled Abel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Well, King Nebuchadnezzar tried to cancel them, but there was another one that stood in the fire with them. And they came out unsinged, not even smelling like smoke. They tried to cancel Jesus, but you can't cancel God.
I remember I used to work for the BBC World Service some time ago, and I had to interview somebody who, well, I don't think they liked the colour of my skin. It's the best description, based on their political scenarios. Anyway, we get in the studio, and before anything happens, there's no microphone running or anything like that. And I said to this individual, who remain nameless, oh, somebody in your family had the same cancer as somebody in my family. And it was incredible. For those few minutes before we started recording about the subject it was there for, there was just two humans talking, sharing experiences. And the reason I mention that is because
I'm going to play you a voicemail that we received hours after I got off the phone with Representative Boebert after she posted her video.
We see you Muslim sin nigger bitch. We know what you're up to. You're all about taking over the country. Don't worry, there's plenty that will love the opportunity to take you off the face of this fucking earth. Come get it, but you fucking Muslim piece of shit, you jihadist. We know what you are. You're a fucking traitor. You will not live much longer, bitch. I can almost guarantee you that we the people are rising up, and you will be tried for a military tribunal, and you will be found guilty.
For those of you who did not hear it very well, let me read you what the voicemail says. We see you, sand N-word bitch. We know what you are up to. You are all about taking over our country. Don't worry. There is plenty that would love the opportunity to take you off the face of this effing earth. Come get it. But you are effing Muslim piece of shit. You are jihadist. We know what you are. You are effing traitor, and you will not live any longer. Condemning this should not be a partisan issue. This is about our basic humanity and fundamental rights of religious freedom enshrined in our Constitution.
We need to investigate Fauci. We need to defund Fauci. And we damn well need to prosecute Anthony Fauci.
And while all this is taking place, the American people are being punished for a Fauci-funded Chinese virus.
So I think we should use this opportunity to show we are a better person. You know, we're not like Lauren Boebert. We're not like Marjorie Taylor Greene. We're not like Paul Gosar. We're not like Matt Gaetz. We're not like Jesse Waters. We're not like Laura Ingraham. We're not like Hannity. We're not like all the countless of people who make money at Fox News by being nasty, being full of hate. We're not like Elon Musk. We're better than that. We don't celebrate somebody being ill. We're humans.
We need a full investigation into just how many puppies were eaten alive on Fauci's watch.
I want it to be that despite all the things that she has said, all the lies she has spread, all the manipulations, just the pure evil nastiness, Lauren, and I used to think, I used to be very I know you got pissed off. But we do wish you a speedy recovery, just so you can come back and we can carry on like doing what we do on a political level.
I went to get birth control, and I was there at the counter and went to pay for it, and the price was very, very high. I said, wow, is this a 3-6 month prescription? No, ma'am, this is 1 month. And I said, it's cheaper to have a kid. And I left it there, and now I have my third son, Caden Boebert.
They've been addressing a number of really serious concerns that our constituents have. They're choosing to waste our time by meddling in the District of Columbia and talking about public urination over and over. Just want to make sure, do you have anything additional you want to say about public urination? Now's your time.
I do.
No, not you. I'm talking to, it's not your time. It's a question
I'll wait
to
till your
these
time's
people
up.
who
I
have
do have
come
something
here.
else to say.
Do you have anything additional to say regarding public urination?
I didn't on that.
You're right. President Trump was in office when the COVID virus was released from a lab in China, from the Wuhan lab. And he tried to make that very clear that this came from China. And reporters regularly dismissed that.
I appreciate the gentlelady's passion. There are two facts that she should perhaps be alerted to. One is that Donald Trump, on more than 20 different occasions, defended the performance of the Chinese government, and specifically President Xi, in terms of his treatment of COVID-19, and said he was doing a wonderful job and a great job, and they were working closely and they were constantly in touch. So if there's a problem with the Chinese government unleashing a virus which has not been proven anywhere, but it certainly could be true, you would have to pin that on your favorite president, Donald Trump, not on Joe Biden. The second thing is President Trump's own special advisor on COVID-19, Deborah Birx, I'm sure you're aware, and I'm sure you've read her book, said that the lethal recklessness of Donald Trump's policies about COVID-19 cost Americans hundreds of thousands of lives. So you don't have to believe anybody on the Democratic side of the aisle. That's Donald Trump's own special advisor on COVID-19. Thank you for yielding, and I happily yield back.
What Arcosa is doing here is part of a much broader clean energy manufacturing. It's going to happen in big cities and rural communities as well. Like in Colorado, where CS Wind broke ground on what will be the world's largest wind tower manufacturing plant. And coincidentally, CS Wind is Congresswoman Lauren Boebert, you know, that very quiet Republican lady. It's in her district, who, along with every other Republican, voted against this bill. And it's making all this possible. And she railed against its passage. But that's okay, she's welcoming it now. When I ran for office, I promised to be president for all Americans. Whether you live in a blue state or a red state, I'm going to keep my promise. Before we made this